Yeah, first and foremost, I thought you got to tip your cap to Creighton. I thought they played great, and it's hard to win a game when you give up 16 hits, and they were outstanding in the. They were just really good in the strike zone today of moving the baseball. They did a bunch with 2 strikes, and obviously had a good plan and a good approach, and they executed it. And then, obviously not the way we drew it up, but when you look at the grand scheme of how we played and the ebbs and flows of a season, we've talked from day one about adversity, and so now we get a chance to face it. And told the guys at the end of the game that this stuff's never easy, and no one said it would be. So great opportunity for us to bounce back, and look forward to getting after it tomorrow.
Questions for the student athletes? Rick?
Yes, for the players, I guess, what was the feeling like in that 6th inning as things started to get away from you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't our best inning of baseball. We wanted to get back in the dugout and put up some runs as quick as possible. Just look forward to tomorrow and bounce back.
Yeah, same thing what Tommy said. Wasn't really our best inning, but knowing the guys how we have in the lineup, I feel like we could have just looking forward to try to go back in there and then try to start something up. But big thing now is to flush it and just go after it tomorrow.
For the players, it seemed the results weren't there, but it seemed like a lot of hard hit balls, warning track fouls, just overall offensive approach tonight. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we hit the ball pretty well tonight. I mean, balls just didn't drop our way, and got to flush it and move on.
I mean, like you said, I feel like we just put the bat on the ball really well. It just wasn't our day today for it to drop, but that's baseball really. So just trying to go out and do the same thing tomorrow, and hopefully it drops.
In that first inning, Creighton starter comes out with that really quick tempo, gets 3 outs really quickly. What adjustment did you guys make to try and combat that in the later innings when you're able to get some good contact off of him?
Yeah, I mean, just seeing pitches, working the counts a little bit, and getting pitches to drive. That was the biggest part.
Yeah, just looking for our pitch really. Don't try to be over aggressive or don't chase outside the zone. That was really a big thing for us, not chasing anything out of the zone this year. So just trying to find our pitch and put a good barrel on it.
You guys have talked all year about how you prepare. Going into an elimination game, is there anything different that you guys do to get you in the right mindset, or at the end of the day, is it just another game?
It's just another game. Take it as every other game that we've played this year. And like I said, we'll just flush in tonight and preparing for tomorrow and go beat or go play North Dakota.
Nothing really changes from here on out. Like based off our preparation, we have to just do the same thing and stick to our true approach. Coach always preached about making sure we approach the game the right way and then always prepare the right way. So just another day to try to go and get a win.
The past experiences you guys have had, maybe in some weekend series where you dropped a game on the first day and were able to come back effectively the next couple, how can those inform you as you approach tomorrow's game?
I mean, like all weekend series, there's 3 games. You lose a Friday night, there's always Saturday and Sunday, so the fastest way you can bounce back and flush the day before and just go out after tomorrow.
Yeah, we just really gotta focus on what's ahead at this point and just go out there and trust each other in the lineup like we've been doing the whole year.
Coach, Dom was working out jams all night, and then they finally got to him in the 6th. Just what you see of him.
Yeah, and it was frustrating because Dom's best stuff was in the 5th, in the leadoff triple, and then he, I thought his stuff was electric to finish out the 5th. His pitch count was fine, and he had plenty of rest. So, they did a really nice job of moving the ball, and obviously hindsight is 20/20, and would have liked to have done some things differently in the 6th inning, but there were no indicators before that anything was, they weren't getting amazing swings off, and then it kind of snowballed there. But you ride the horse as long as you can, and then you gotta. I mean, Dom's been our guy for 2 years, so you got to give him those opportunities to work out of it, and didn't work out tonight.
The opportunities to get some pitchers in later on who haven't pitched as much recently, can that be helpful at all going forward?
I hope so. It's baseball's funny. We punched out 11 and walked 5, and I thought usually those numbers are. Would have liked to have not walked 5, but 11 punch outs against an offense like that is pretty darn good. So if you look at the guys that came in and were able to get some punches, VTOC had 2, Trumper 1, and then Dalton had 3. So I think it's a great sign that those guys were ready to go. But you know, you can't give up a 7th spot and a 6th in an NCAA tournament and feel great about it.
Coach, you said yesterday, I think you're gonna, regardless of result, you think about this one for 5 minutes and then move on to the next one. How much confidence do you have that you guys will be able to put your best foot forward tomorrow?
Yeah, incredible confidence. And this sport is such a, you know, it's just a marathon season, and it ebbs and flows. But these guys have proven time and time again that their resiliency, their ability to approach it the same. Like our preparation today was great. The guys were loose, they were focused, there was total confidence, and you know, you let one inning get out of hand and it, you know, makes you feel otherwise. But yeah, I told them that very thing after the game, man. I said, you know, this is, if we had won, it would have been a quick celebration and then get ready to go tomorrow. And with the loss, you mourn it for 5 minutes, and then, you know, this game does not wait. We got a really good North Dakota State team we got to play tomorrow.
What was the situation with Derek Sura, and do you think he'll be available tomorrow?
Yeah, hamstring. Obviously, haven't gotten an update on anything from Jeff, but yeah, you know, we're beat up like everyone else in the country right now at this point in the season. So hopefully he's ready to go. We'll get a good report, and I'm sure he already got some treatment, and he'll get some as soon as we get back to the hotel.
I wanted to ask, but I assume Cooper's still the guy for tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not a guy that you have to get up, especially for like an elimination game. How much confidence do you have going to him in a winner go home situation?
Well, Coop's been one of the top pitchers in the country for a long time, and you know, I could see his wheels turning about the 7th inning. You know, he took on kind of a different mindset inside the dugout. So there's yeah, no guy better in the country than we'd want on the mound tomorrow than Cooper Moore.
Tommy had that early 2-run home run and those 2 big catches at the wall. Can you just talk about his presence in today's game?
Yeah, and then hammered one to right center that I don't know how that ball stayed in because he crushed that. Yeah, Tommy's a great player, and he's had a great year for us. He's a great defender. He can really run. Got a great swing off to put us up 2-1, and then, you know, lost the ball in the sun in the first, and then, you know, robbed a home run. But yeah, a great player, a great teammate. You know, my only regret with Tommy is not being able to coach him for 4 years. Having him for 1 is not long enough. He's a great kid.
Coach, sorry, your impressions of Sailors, our 3-hole guy, finished a single short of the cycle with 2 walks, but what did you think of just the impact he had tonight and how hard he was to get out?
Well, yeah, pretty good night, and a really good player, and the guy that we knew coming into this was the guy in the lineup. Now he's surrounded by some really good players, and that's an outstanding lineup. But he was the one guy that, you know, you don't want to come up in those situations that he came up in, and then he executed. And yeah, he can kind of do it all. He can run. He's got pop. Yeah, I mean, he's hitting over 400 and had 3 hits tonight and was outstanding. He's a really good player.
Any more, Coach? Questions for Coach?
All right, thank you.
Coach,